Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. Today I'm going to show you how I harvest my junk mail and my trash. Now, I almost always do this at the end of every month, but since December was such a hectic month, this harvesting that I'm ready to do is all of December up to today's date, which is somewhere around January 8th. So I have this canvas basket, which I don't think you can see at all. There you go. You can get a little glimpse of it because it's so full. I actually have a pile of stuff sitting beside it as well. So all month long, I just throw any trash or junk mail in here if it looks promising. Even if it doesn't look promising sometimes, because sometimes I just don't look at the junk mail, I just throw it in here and I go through it when I do my harvesting. Now, since I had this great big pile of harvesting to do, I figured I would do it on camera and show you what I do. So hopefully that will be able to help some folks out who don't really know how to gather their junk mail. Now, I don't do this on a weekly, a daily, or even a weekly basis because it would just become too much of a chore. So it's kind of a once a month type of deal, and I enjoy doing it. Now, this is my stuff. What I need to start with are a couple of thick rubber bands. So I've picked 3 out of my rubber band holder here, and paper clips. And I've got all sorts of paper clips and bulldog clips and fancy ones and normal ones and what have you in there. That's where I keep them. So that's all we need to start. Then grab your box or your bag or your basket or whatever where you've collected all your trash over the month and junk mail, packaging, that sort of thing, anything that you feel could possibly be useful in your art endeavors. So I'm just going to get right to it. Oh, first, in case you haven't seen, I've mentioned this in a couple of my previous videos, but this is what I do with my collage and art items. I basically put them into, I fold them up without actually creasing the papers and put them inside of each other and use paper clips and stuff to clip stuff to the pages and whatever. If you're familiar with what they call the Flowish journals, this is basically a Flowish collage pack. It's just all wrapped up neatly, a bunch of stuff, no rhyme or reason to it, because that's the kind of art I like to do. I like to do random art that has no rhyme or reason to how it gets put together. Then I wrap it with a band, and I stick it in a bunch of cubes that I have where I keep all this stuff. So this is what we're aiming to do with all the junk and trash items here. So got this here. This comes from Book Outlets, and they stuff their packaging with these humongous rolls of brown packing paper, I guess. To me, this is journaling paper, so I pull out the great big roll and I accordion fold it and just kind of straighten it out a bit because it's all twisted up, and I'll make journal pages out of that, if not anything else. So I'm going to use this as the cover of my current one that I'm working on. I don't mind creasing this because I will be cutting it into page sizes. Okay, so now I have a ribbon which came off of something. I'm not going to put that in yet. What else is here? Okay, so we get a few free magazines in the mail that come each month. They're just little ones. They usually don't have much in them, but I will quickly look through it before I put it in the trash. Now I kept this page because I like this guy right here. I just like the way he looks. That's it. There's nothing else on here. And I'm not going to cut him out. I'm just going to fold the page and put it in my Flowish collage pack that I'm creating. Okay, and then here's another page from the same magazine, and I really liked this picture of this old picture of people on a porch getting their picture taken. So I'm going to fold that and put it in here. Now that we have a couple of pages in here, I'm going to get a clip and I'm going to attach that ribbon. So let's fold up the ribbon, and I'm going to attach it to this page here with this clip. So there. Now I have a piece of cheesecloth that came off of some Epsom salts, a bottle of Epsom salts. So I will stick that to this other page. I'm going to get out some of these little ones. I got some new paper clips over the weekend and I haven't opened the packages of them yet. So I'm going to use one of these little paper clips right here. I'm going to use that to attach the piece of cheesecloth to that page. There we go. I'm just going to take my sweater off because the sleeves are getting into everything. Okay, so this came with, it's packaging from something. I want to keep the picture of Big Ben and the dove. So if I open that up like this, it fits in as the next page. Okay, then the next thing I have is a label from some yarn that I used, but I have no interest in keeping that. So that's going to go into my paper recyclables. See, not everything in here I know that I'm going to use or not. It just gets thrown in and not really thought about until I get to this process. Okay, and another thing I do is I keep little boxes if they have fancy packaging. And so when I put them in here, I prep them a little bit by opening the box up, and then, where are my scissors? I'm not going to be able to do this without scissors. Hang on the other side of the room. So this is how I prep a box. I cut off all the sticky out bits. And even that one. Then I have this, which I know I'm going to be using this part for sure. So that's going to go in here. Go in as another page. Now I'll look at the bits that I cut off and see if any of them are decent shape with a pattern. So these are just black. That dye lot on it. Black. Yeah, these are nothing that I want to keep. So those go in the recycling. Okay, so next thing is just a card from advertising. So we will paper clip that in there, but wait, let me get a little pile of things to paper clip in. Here's a return address envelope that came with some junk mail. So that can go in like this. And here is some junk mail that came in from the dentist, and I really like this woman right here. So that's why I kept it, because I really liked her. And I like the flower here, and there's another one here too. So I'm just going to put that in like this. Okay, now I've got some packaging here again. So let's go through this. This is all packaging from Washi that I got from AliExpress. So I open it up, and this one's a little weird. So let's turn it this way, and I'm going to cut off all the little, this one's different. That, and that. I've never had a box quite like this, because I see two possible ways for this to work. Okay, so I've cut it into that shape. Now let's take a look. Okay, you see, I think this can be used as a frame for something, and this is all decorative right there. So we will keep that. And from the pieces that I cut off, this has some of the design on it, but it's mostly barcode, so I'm not going to keep it. And same with these, nothing worth keeping. Alright, so I have another box that's exactly the same kind. I'll take that apart. Oh, I've got another one too. So these are strange little boxes. I made a mistake on this one. Cut off a piece that I wanted to keep. So I accidentally cut off this piece, so we'll keep it like that because that's really, I really like that. And that leaves me with this packaging right here, and this one, and this one, and put the rest of the stuff in the garbage. And we have enough things there to clip to a page. So here's that card from before. I'm going to take these boxes and that little piece, put them together like this, and something a little stronger to attach this to the top of the page. Use this decorative paper clip. Okay, so now let's continue on. Ah, yes. Next, I received an order from Japan of some markers, and they included these Japanese flyers as their packaging. So I haven't looked at them, but there's tons of Japanese writing on them, so just going to put them in here. It's the type of thing that I will like to use. So that's the next page in there. And I have a piece of tin foil from something. So put that aside for the time being. Okay, then we have a tag, and this is the tag that came with the Epsom salts. So totally artisan right there. Here's a ribbon that was wrapped around something. So sometimes what I do with the ribbons is I get a regular paper clip. Starting to run out of those little guys. Oh, I'm going to bunch them in here. So I will get a proper paper clip, just a regular one, and I will just attach it to the paper clip. Attach it to the paper clip like that, like we do when we're putting them in our journals, but I'm putting it in here, and now I've got this space, and I will attach the tin foil and the tags into this now. Okay, and here's another piece of Japanese newspaper. Okay, taking apart. Now, I'm just going to take a look at what's happening to this collage pack so far. Okay, so not big enough. Okay, then this came in the mail. I really like the pattern down the side here, or yeah, down here. That could be cut off. And yeah, so I'm going to put that in here. Okay, now I was at the hospital today for a procedure, and this is my hospital band, and these are the little electrodes that they stuck to me. You can see I still have the IV plaster on my hand. So we will stick these in onto one page because I use that kind of stuff on my pages. Alright, now I have 3 rubber bands. They came from my mailman. He always puts all my mail in one of these rubber bands, so I have a ton of them. And I just put them in a little vase over there I have where I keep all my rubber bands. Excuse me, just having a little sip. Alright, so now we're ready to dig into this basket here. Now this is just a piece of cardstock that's been folded and has some words on it, and cardstock I always save if one side of it is blank. Hey, now I kept this container here because I like the sticker on the front, and it also has a quote that I really like in the middle, or on here. It says, "Between two evils, I always pick the one I haven't tried before, Mae West." So I'm going to keep the container. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it apart and use its elements, or if I'll actually use it as a container for something, but I'll put that aside. And there was also this inside of it, so that will get attached to a page when I have enough things. Okay, here is a little jar that some hand lotion was in, so I'm going to save that. Probably put buttons in it. Okay, then I always save these and any envelopes that aren't made out of Tyvek. They go in here. I think I need to put it this way. So that goes there. Next thing I've got here is I was cleaning out my closet and I had this scarf, and instead of throwing it away, I decided that I could use it, cut it up and use it as a, I don't know, belly band or ties or scraps or whatever. I could do something with it. I like it, but I just don't wear it anymore. And actually, I'm thinking I might tie this up with it instead of using a rubber band. And here's some packaging from some perfume. I just absolutely love the silver and pale blue. And the box is basically all usable because you can use these pieces and cover up the writing with your collage. So I will prep the box. Let's take take up less room if they're prepped. So find the spot where the box is glued together and cut off, whoops, cut off the, here, I'll show you the other side so it's easier to see what I'm doing. Cut off the little flaps. Okay, so I cut off all the flaps, and now I have a really nice piece of cardstock that I love. So I'm gonna save that. Let's get these pieces out of the way. So put one of the creases into the crease of my pack here. Now, from the little bits we got, that square right there is perfect for using. The rest of them are not. So I think I will just keep it like that without taking the edge off, because you never know, that could end up being a flap on something. So we will attach that in a bit. Okay, I got these coasters from a subscription box that I belong to, but they're cardboard, so I'm not going to use them as coasters, and they're too nice to let them get dirty. So, oh yeah, each one is different. That's cool. I haven't even looked at these. Life is Better with a Plot. That's kind of like Alice in Wonderland-ish. Life is Better with a Plot. Yeah, okay, so there's two of each. I'm going to keep those. Those are definitely art material. Now I have enough to stick to a page in here. So I'm going to need a bigger clip. So we've got these, that cupcake thing, and this piece right here. And I will attach it to the card. And I'm going to need a really thick one for this. What do I got? Maybe this guy will work. Yep. So there. Now, let's see. No, that's going to rip. I'm going to keep that. Okay, so next we have some more packing paper. There's just a bit of it here. And I'm not going to put this in this one. I'm going to put it over there, because that will be good to start a new one with. Alright, so what have we got next? Okay, we've got a piece of craft paper, which I keep if it's blank on one side. I'm going to put that in here. And here. And, okay, I had a little cardboard box here that I was just keeping up with my containers. Okay, then I have some sticky notes that I actually took out of a drawer and decided I was going to put in my collage pack because I'm not using them. So I figure this way I will get to them when I use the collage pack. So I have quite a few sticky notes in here actually. So let's get those out and I'll distribute them as we go along. Okay, and I have these two Post-it note stickies, which I think what I'll do is I'll put one in the middle of this when it's done, so, and keep the other one for another one. So let's put that to the side. Okay, then of course all the calendars came down this month, and I used calendar pages, both the decorative sides and the number sides in my journals. So that can just go right there. Ow! It's a staple pricking me. Same with that one. Okay, so now this is probably full enough. No, it can go a little bit more. Okay, so I got this from Subway. Is there any reason for keeping this? Basically, I'm looking at the wordage. What you see is what you get. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing in here that I like. So keep that page. This page is just coupons. Okay, so the rest. Okay. This will be attached to a page. Okay, so we got some more junk mail here. Okay, so Burger King. Looking for wordage here. Nothing. Garbage. Okay, now this one's made of, whoops, not that one. Yeah. This one is all perforated into coupons, so I'm not going to keep any of that. But this one is actually one of those hard ones, or thick ones, so I can use that as a background for tags or all sorts. So I'm going to put that in here, just kind of give it a little bit of a fold so it'll stick in. And okay, so the next thing I have is a church calendar. So I have a specific box for all my religious stuff, so I'll put that aside. And then we have a piece of paper that I have been testing things out on, and a bunch of label stickers that I want to alter, paint and stamp on and whatever. So let's put those and another sticky note on. I'll attach it to this page up here. I need a biggish one. Okay, so next we have so I've got an envelope, return address envelope. This, I don't usually keep the letters that business mail comes in unless it's a security envelope, which this is. So I'm going to open it up at this point so I can put it in like that. Okay. My son was clearing out some of his junk, and we have an old Loot Crate calendar and some stickers, which I will attach to here. And I think this is probably full enough. Yeah, so that one looks full enough to me, especially since I'm going to be wrapping it with this scarf. So what I have like that. There we go. Oh, and I was gonna put the note in the middle. In the middle. Somewhere around there. Stick that in. You know, I'm gonna put an elastic band around this one anyways. Just to keep it together. So there, that's one done. Okay, now I'll keep you with me while I do one more, because this box is going to take forever to do. So let's start off with the packing paper that I put to one side. This is just cream colored packing paper. There, and this piece. And I love how this stuff is crinkly. Already distressed. This has got a hole in it, but there's lots of salvageable salvageable paper. Okay, so we'll do that this way and make more of a skinny one. So I've got this that I'm going to put in the middle, so put that in my way. And what's this? Oh, now I have some of the brown packing paper that Amazon gives you. The good stuff about this is that it's perforated into sheets. So I just fold it along the perforations and I use the sheets. Put that in there. Okay, so this one has plenty of journaling paper. No more going in here. Alright, let's see what else is coming up. Okay, it's got some plastic. There's some plastic bins stuck in there. Alright, so I have got a label from some vintage yarn that I used, which I like, so I've used that as a tag, and I have two buttons here that I took off of an old jacket of mine that wasn't worth saving or donating. So we'll have to wait for something to put those in. So let's continue on. And we have okay, getting stuff out here. Okay, so I've had enough of this in this one. Here is a little tie that was on something. So that. This is the booklet from a subscription box. So put that in there. Okay, so this stuff is, there's a lot of stuff in here that I picked up from garage sales that not garage sales, thrift stores that I just threw in here because I didn't feel like sorting it. Well, this is how I sort it. I put it into these packs and then I use the packs, and at some point in time I end up using it. If I just put it away in a drawer or a box somewhere, I will not ever use it. And I think we can stick the paper there too. Okay, like I said, my son was cleaning up his room, and I have all these sheets of trading cards, and I think I'm just going to put them in here like so. And here are some stickers. A couple left on it. Put that there. And I think that maybe I can put my buttons in one of those. There. Okay. So then I've got some more packaging. And this is really nice. I like this. So find out where it opens. Now, see, this one doesn't have any flaps, so I'm just going to keep it the way it is. This could actually be used for the cover of something. But, yeah, it's quite decorative. So I'll put that in there like that. Yeah, then there's, I pulled these out of an old magazine I had. I like both of those. So put those there. Oh, here's some more of those stickers. We should keep those all together. Here. Okay, so I've got a lot of stuff that came out of my son's room and thrift store stuff here. So I'm just going to go through that, and then we'll get to the. I'll get back to the junk again. Okay, so I'll finish off my box with you now. Next, I have a box that was of decent size to become a cover for a journal. So I opened it up and cut it up so that it was just this, and that will go with my covers somewhere else. And then I have this tissue paper. I don't feel like unsquiggling that right now. I have this place that I buy from, and they always send turquoise tissue paper. So I have a ton of it. So I'm going to attach that with a big clip over here. And this one needs a minute. Okay, so here's some junk mail that I actually haven't even opened. It's a security envelope, so I'm going to keep that. Okay, and then there's an envelope, security envelope inside as well. And looking at the piece of paper that they sent me, I don't see anything that I want to keep on that. So we will put this one in that way, and this one gets opened up. Like that. Put it in there. And what do we got next? Okay. It's not an awful lot of junk in this one this time. Okay, here's the package from a face mask. And I usually keep these because they're really nice pictures. So we'll attach that. Here's some advertising that came with something I bought. I like those donuts, but yeah, actually I can see myself using those, so let's put that on there too. Alright, so this is a handmade bookmark that I have had for probably over a decade, and it's falling to pieces, so I want to save it and put it in a journal somewhere. So I've got a couple of other bookmarks that it was time to pass on, but these are religious, so they'll go with my religious stuff. Here's one. Okay, so I'll attach those. Oh, here we go. We've got a little miniature clothes peg. Attach them with that. Okay, so then next I have a box which I'm going to save as one of my son's things. Again, has a paper clip of Batman. Okay, now inside this box came an advertising card, and I just absolutely love her. And they use pink tissue paper. So I'm going to open up the tissue paper in this time, because it's not too bad, too crinkled. So fold that in half, put it there, and we will, oh, this one's folded the other way. Should still fit. Yeah, put it there. Now let's use the Batman clip to attach this card. Like that. And I've been forgetting about this. That maybe it goes, yeah, there we go. Now it's attached. Okay, and so the box is going to one side because I have to, actually I keep this box because it's one of those ones that you can turn inside out, and then it'll have all the pretty design on the outside. Use it for storage. Okay, then I have just grabbing the last stuff that's in here. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna have everything on the floor if I'm not careful. Okay. So, this is going to be our last one because we're reaching the end here. Okay, so there's another bookmark. Let's put that under there. She's not going to hold anything else though. Okay, so I got another calendar, 2017 calendar that came down. So, find the middle of that, put it in there. Now I can use the pages of this to stick things to. I have got this bookmark that I have had for years and never used because it is too heavy. But it will look great on the boards of a journal. So that's going to go in there. And I also have this bookmark, which I just don't use because it's too fragile. It's a little tin Eiffel Tower. There we go. Forgot what it was called for a second. So attach that there. Okay. Now, I was actually using one of my Flowish collage packs the other day. Not the other day, but last month sometime. One of my previous videos shows you the journal I made out of it. But it had a ton of wrapping paper in it, and I've still got a lot left over. So I decided that I would just move it forward and put it into another packet. Because I've just used all this, I don't feel like using it again. So when I come to it, it will be new again. So put that in. That way, and this is drawer liner, same deal. Okay, so we just have a few little things left. So we have that piece of tissue paper, which I'm just going to attach like this because it's too crinkly to worry about right now. Okay, so now I'm going to move forward a couple of pages. And I have a bunch of these cards. I got a 30-day supply of this moisturizer, and it was this size, and you perforated off one side, and it had the little sample stuck to it. And then I had this other side, and I had 30 of them. There's not 30 here, but I had a month's supply, so I didn't want to throw them away. And they're 4x6s, so the perfect size for a journaling card. So put those in there. Okay, then I have another box which is just black, plain black, no words on it anywhere. That would definitely be useful to use for using my Sizzix and die cutting, I don't know, tag or something like that. So I will open it up and prep it with my scissors in a minute. Okay, so look, that's some more elastic bands from the mail. And finally, I get this little subscription box. So I'm not getting it anymore, but I'm going to cut this one up because it makes a perfect little mini journal cover. So I really like that. And this one always uses this retro tissue paper to put stuff in. So, whoops, I need to go back to the beginning, in the middle. So I'll put that in there. And also included is a organza bag. So I've got a couple of business cards and some sticky notes. I'm keeping this lid to a jar that I have, and it's going to go on the front of something. I just know. That's my birthday. Okay, so that's all we're going to put in there. And I am going to attach this to top like that, with this. So this one here has a lot of big pages. So when I use this collage pack, I am more likely than not going to make a journal out of its contents. At least one. Okay, so now I have all this stuff together. It's hanging out a little bit like that, so I'll fold it over. And I take my rubber band, and let's see if I can do this on screen. And I put it over everything there. So, altogether, out of the month of December and a bit of January, I ended up making 1, whoops, 2, and the one I did off camera, 3 collage packs. And that's all. Not a lot of junk mail in this one. I think I didn't really keep much of it in Christmas because it was just all ads and sales and that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody else bothered while Christmas was going on. But there is trash, lots of stuff that I would have normally thrown away, plus just collage items that I have around the house that I don't use, so I put them in one of these. And then when it comes time for me to do my art, I am grabbing one of these and using it as much as I possibly can. So that is how I harvest my trash and my junk mail. So if you're interested in me doing this again, tell me below in the comments, and I will gladly do my January one on screen. And the January one will definitely be shorter because we're already halfway through, or not halfway, but we're a week into. And it will actually have junk mail in it along with the trash. So thank you for joining me, and I hope this has been a little bit of informative for you. And leave me a comment down below, thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and if you haven't already, subscribe and you can see what I am up to next time. Bye bye.